Gap protection today has grown in popularity significantly over the past 2 or 3 years. Today, we know definitively that a customer driving the car off the lot in the midst of a time in which we have extended term financing, very competitive automobile market, that the vehicle is rapidly depreciating faster than the loan balance is. And this means in the early part of the car's life, the vehicle or the customer will find themselves owing much more on the vehicle than their insurance company is willing to settle with at the time of loss. The gap coverage today that is put on a vehicle is going to roughly affect a customer's payment somewhere in the area of $7, $8, $9 a month based on what product's being sold. And it's the same price for the customer whether it's a $50,000 car or a $70,000 car. It's the same price whether it's a 24-month loan or 84-month loan. In most cases, it's the same price whether it's a Cavalier or a Corvette. Gap protection today has put the customer in the position of reducing a liability that they might not have known exist. In fact, today, if you look at most leasing, you cannot lease a car without gap protection because the lease company is additional insured and loss payee. And the lease companies and the manufacturers realize what their liabilities are, so they require the coverage. In most cases, these coverages are paid through what's known as the acquisition fee. It's a part of the acquisition fee. We can very clearly state today to the customer that if it makes sense for the manufacturer to protect themselves, it makes sense for the retail customer, because when you buy an automobile and you finance an automobile, you are the additional insured and loss payee. And if the vehicle is totaled or stolen, that deficit will be between you and the insurance company, not between your lender, the insurance company. The lender expects to have a balance settled if the vehicle is not there to secure the collateral. The insurance company settles based on the current value of the vehicle, and if it's short of the retail, or if it's short of what your payoff is at the time of loss, you're going to have to pay the difference. Gap pays that difference, and in many cases will pay your deductible up to $1,000 over and above paying what the gap is at the time of loss. Our penetrations today in Gap are exceeding 50 to 60% penetration levels. The awareness for this product is much greater than it had ever been. In the early years of Gap, we were concerned to have to communicate to the customer that their car they're buying may be worth less here in short order than what they owe on it, for fear that we would communicate they were paying too much for the car. Consumers today realize cars rapidly depreciate. These are not assets. And in the process of the rapid depreciation, they know their insurance companies are going to settle as ACV. If you look at the back of the insurance policy, it states ACV, actual cash value at the time of loss. Gap covers the void for the consumer, puts them in a position to be whole. If their vehicle is to be totaled or stolen, they'll be in a position to replace their vehicle without carrying over negative equity under their new installment loan.